here's an activity you can do to really help with your pencil grip and your pencil control. In front of me, I have got some post-it notes, which are all folded up, and I'll explain what's on those later. I've got some coloured pens, and I've got a sheet of paper. So what I'd like you to do with your sheet of paper, with me, and you can pause the video if you need to rewind and catch up. So with your piece of paper like this, so long ways, landscape style, I'd like you to fold it, do it on your table, fold it so the two short ends meet and the corners match together. So you're folding your piece of paper in half. So really make sure that it's exactly together. So those edges match up and your piece of paper has now divided into two halves. None of my edges are sticking out, it's exactly folded in half. Then, that's your first fold, so we keep that fold in. When your piece of paper's like this, again, have it the landscape way if you like, put it on your table, and again, fold it over so the two short sides meet, and your corners fit exactly together. And then put a crease down there. So you've folded your paper in half again. So I've done two folds. My first fold got me to this stage, and then my second fold has got me to this stage. So my page is looking smaller. It's exactly the same size though when I open it out, but this time, instead of 2 equal parts, we've got 4 equal parts, which are called quarters. So with your quartered piece of paper, there's one more fold to do. So I'll have it landscape like that, and you need to bend it a little bit because it's a bit harder to fold now. Bend it across and get your short sides to match up and your corners fitting together. And then put your crease in. So now it looks quite small. You've done 3 folds, but when I open it out, my paper is now divided into 8 equal pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now this is where my post-it notes come in. So I have got some patterns on my post-it notes, and we're going to do them together. So I'm going to jumble them all up, and my first one is, what pattern is on my first one? We have got some circles. So can you see how there's big ones, small ones, there are overlapping ones, there's small ones inside big ones. So I'm going to take one of my colours, and I'm just going to use one of my 8 rectangles, and I'm going to do lots and lots of circles. Now it's not a quick scribble, this is all about pencil control, so your pen control is really important, so take your time and try and get your circles so they meet back in a proper circular shape. You can overlap them, you could do small ones, we could do a big one. Ooh, it's quite hard, so that's where your pen grip really comes into play. I could do one inside my big one. Could even do one inside that one, I've got enough space. So can you see, I'm covering my piece of paper, or this section, with lots of circles. You carry on like that until your whole piece of paper, this section of the piece of paper, is covered in circles, and you can make your circles into patterns. Take your time because we want to really get you controlling that pen as much as possible. I haven't gone outside that crease line, I've just kept my pencils in that section. Let's move on. You can pause the video if you like. Let's choose another post-it note. This time I have got triangles. So again, big ones, small ones, overlapping ones, one's inside the other. So I'm going to choose a different colour this time. And in my next section, I'm going to do triangles. Now really keep those straight sides of your triangle straight. And you do it in 1, 2, 3 strokes of your pen. You can just use pencil if you like. You don't have to use colours. Just makes it look prettier. I've done 3, one on top of the other, so it looks a bit like a Christmas tree there. I could try and do a nice big one here. And then one inside that one. I could do some upside down triangles. Do teeny tiny ones if you can. So there, you could probably put more in that space, but I've got my circles and my triangles.